on the group date, not this week, but last week with
Oh
Caitlin
my
Bristow.
gosh.
You know I got to
Yeah.
go there because to me it was beautiful.
Yeah,
I really loved it. I mean, I
amazing.
loved it from you. I loved it from Clayton. You almost didn't want to bring up the racial aspect, but Clayton, I had to give my hat off to him because he said he wants you to say that. He
Yeah.
wants you to ask those type of questions. He wants to hear different perspectives and learn. And so, just how was that conversation behind the scenes, or let us know a little bit about that publicly because we didn't get to see it.
So that was a very tough conversation to have just because prior to even going on the show, that was the biggest question. It was like, yeah, you're black and he's white.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, and for me, you don't want to say, I hate when people say I don't see color, right? Because it's blatant. It's right in front of your face. It's right in front of your face. I see color, right? But I'm able to see past that and to see your personality, because that's what matters to me is your heart. I want to see your heart. Who are you? And for me, just kind of thinking about that and telling other people that I would, confide in and telling them about, this, me being on The Bachelor, me being on the show, it's like, they're like, well, no, don't mention race. Like, you don't want to make anybody mad. You don't want to make the viewers mad. And I'm like, why am I having to compromise who I am and what I would normally do in a relationship for a show, right? Just because it's a show. I'm not going to put on a facade. I'm not going to put on this fake appearance just because people might get mad, and I'm like, I'm going to be who I am. And I knew, and I told myself that going onto the show, I was going to be Marlena regardless. Like, I was going to be Marlena. I wasn't going to be like this person that I wasn't, because if the world hates me, they're going to hate Marlena. They're not going to hate this fake person that I put on in order for everyone to love me. And then they end up hating me, So I was like, I'm just going to ask, I'm just going to basically talk to him about my struggles as being an African-American woman. And especially in my role, when I was working, in corporate America, I was the only African-American in that executive level, and so it was hard for me. And I just know that, the difficulties that we face. And I just wanted to kind of express that to Clayton, that that's something that I struggle with as well, is walking into a room and being as respected as someone that doesn't look like me, and feeling as if I have to enunciate, I have to elaborate, I have to basically be more professional than the average person just because of the color of my skin.
Yes, and you mentioned having to work 10 times harder just to be seen at this exact same level. And
right.
So that was, to me, just profound. I love the interaction between the two of you. How was that? Because you mentioned like your friends saying, well, you're black, he's white, or people that were in your circle. How did you handle those conversations? Because a lot of times it sounds like what other people are scared of comes to play onto you, right? And they throw it up on you. Mm-hmm. How were you taking that? What were your thoughts on that? Just simply, this is who I am, I don't care. Like, what was going through your brain?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I date outside my race. So that was the first thing that I said. So it's not like I don't discriminate. Let's be honest. Right. And I think they were just more so on like, what are people going to see? Right. Because you date outside your race, but people don't really see that. Right. The entire world, 5 million viewers per night aren't going to watch you dating, whoever you date. So I think that's where they were coming from. But at the end of the day, it was like, do you really go into interracial relationships and not talk about race? Like, it makes no sense, I mean, because, let's say you're bringing that person home to your parents, you got to forewarn them, like,
it's
hey,
like the elephant in the room. You're going to talk about it.
Right. Exactly. And so I knew that I was going to make this as natural of a relationship for me as it would be in the real world. So how can I make this who I am and also incorporate, yes, I'm on a TV show as well, but this is still going to be me naturally being Marlena, and he's going to have to like me or not like me because I'm Marlena.
No. He's going to like you because you are Marlena. Period. Dot.
There you go.
Period. Dot.
Period. Dot.